The battle lines to the front lines of the pandemic. A husband and wife who served in our nation's military for decades are turning their focus now to healthcare. Today, they're graduating at the top of their nursing school class. Alex Osiris is on your side with a really inspiring story tonight, one you'll see only on First Coast News.
Service is in our blood.
Kristine Hawkins pictured here in Afghanistan serving with the Air Force. Her husband Patrick in Iraq with the Navy. They met on a joint task force in Africa. Then both were stationed in South Georgia where they reconnected, then married in 2015. Distinguished careers defined by sacrifice in multiple deployments.
It's a great thing about me and her together doing the same thing.
Now retired, they turned the page on the military, but not on helping their fellow man. Patrick, who has medical experience on board submarines and in naval hospitals, looked into nursing. His wife by his side. The pair taking classes together at Chamberlain University's Jacksonville campus, now graduating as valedictorian and salutatorian.
Very exhilarating. Having me and my wife going through the program together has been an exciting challenge.
Patrick able to make a virtual speech to his class Friday, looking at what lies in front of them.
It motivates me that I can, I don't have any trepidations about what's going to happen and what's next. So I feel very encouraged. Ready.
The Hawkinses have passed all of their licensing exams and have applied to residencies, waiting to see where they'll be serving next. Reporting, Alex Osiris, First Coast News, on your side.